Hey everybody, Tom Barnish, stories from the 78 here in the theater district of Chicago, right outside of the Grill Room, a restaurant, a staple of the theater community. When you go to theater, you go to eat before or after. The Grill Room has been here for 25 years. They did a massive remodel last year. They're open back up, and when summer decides to show up, this will be a beautiful outdoor patio space. And of course, you got the theater right there. But inside is where all the magic happens. So I'm going to talk to both Jesse and Chef Austin now for this story from the 78. Let's head inside. All right, you're looking at the freshly minted remodel here, facelift, if you will, at the Grill Room. I'm here with manager Jesse. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Amazing.
I've been here over the years prior to you doing the reno here, but for folks that have never been here, this is a big theater spot.
It is.
For people to come before, after, if they need a break during
Right.
performances, or just have a good dinner.
For sure. The Grillroom Chophouse, one of the few steakhouses in the theater district. We catered more towards the CIBC Theater, the many hotels in the area. Hamilton was here for 3.5 years, so we were definitely, that's what put us on the map, but a lot of other shows have been here as well.
But and as far as what you guys are all about, you're a chop house and wine shop?
Correct. Wine bar.
Wine bar, I'm sorry.
Over 100 bottles of wine available, great cocktails, and obviously a chop house, steakhouse in the theater district. So we only serve USDA prime steaks. It's a great beef.
And for folks that have never been to this new space, the renovated space, walk me through the vibe you guys have going on in the dining room.
Definitely much more modern, very relaxed, but we want to be welcoming to someone who wants to come in for a steak or a burger or salad, but it's a very welcoming space in my opinion. Very fresh. You can see by the tables, we used to have tablecloths, but we went with fresh wooden tables as well, fresh tile, paint job, wallpaper, etc. I think it looks beautiful compared to how it was before.
Yeah, and you mentioned a lot of great things.
Correct.
So what's the number one for people to want to come to this spot, either if they're going to the theater or just looking for a good dinner downtown?
For sure, definitely the food. We have two chefs. You'll meet Chef Austin later on, but they have curated an amazing menu for us. Again, it's just, if you want a good steak, a chicken dish with risotto, great desserts, appetizers, and we'll show you all that as well when we get to our food and drink.
Well, Jesse, thanks for chatting with me. I think now it's time to show
the
star of the program here, which is the food, right?
Absolutely.
All right, here we are in the bar space at the Grill Room Chophouse and Wine Bar. I'm here with Chef Austin, Florida native, but you are now home here in Chicago. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, and we talked about some of the food briefly before we got on camera, and we'll get to the one thing that is an homage to your hometown. But why don't you walk through folks who have never been here before about the menu and what you want people to try?
Oh, so yeah, absolutely. With the Grill Room, when I came on board, we remodeled the space here in March, and we really wanted to keep the same steakhouse vibes, but really modernize everything. So that was kind of the what me and my sous chef went through to really bring some new life into the space and take some classic steakhouse dishes and just modernize them, add some new flavors, some new modern flair, and just breathe life into the space.
And what are some of the classic dishes that you've modernized a little bit?
Some of which being our lobster mac and cheese here, a couple of different pastas, of course. You come to a steakhouse, you have to have these beautiful, beautiful things. Our lamb chop appetizer here is cooked with a beautiful Moroccan spice. It's our jalapeno tzatziki there with a nice cucumber salad with a little bit of tomato as well. We have our classic creme brulee here. We kept this one just the same as you would, a beautiful, beautiful custard topped with a little bit of berries and just absolutely fantastic.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah, one can. We have our short rib pappardelle. So one thing, we braise our short ribs in-house for about 4.5 hours. But one thing that kind of really changes it up is we top it with a scallion ash. So we char the scallions for about 3 hours, and then that's the garnish that goes on top. Gives it a nice depth of flavor.
That is fantastic. And then of course you have...
yes, this is our ahi tuna tartare right there. So beautiful, absolutely fantastic product. We get it from Fortune Fish. It's with our sesame ponzu, a little bit of scallions, avocado, and then we do taro chips so you can scoop it up and get a nice
Yeah,
bite.
and this is the mac and cheese you were talking about.
That's
right?
it, yes. We use 5 different cheeses, so absolutely fantastic ones to really highlight the flavor of the lobster.
And then, of course, the steak at the steakhouse,
Oh,
right?
yes, 100%. This is our cowgirl ribeye, so this is a 14-ounce seared cowgirl. We get our meats from Allen Brothers, which they just have absolutely fantastic product. And then we serve it with a side of au jus and a clove of roasted garlic.
And of course, your hometown homage is this sandwich up here, right?
Yes, yes. So this is one that's actually coming onto our lunch menu here in the next week. So this is a blackened mahi sandwich. Me being from South Florida, you know, I just really wanted to highlight some of those flavors. So we actually serve it lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, the classic ones you'd get on a brioche bun, but we actually do a key lime remoulade.
Oh, key lime?
Yes, yes. So just a nod to Key West and my hometown.
And of course, we have the cocktails that you have here. What are these two here?
So the 2 ones we have right here, the one that we really need to highlight is our beeline. So it's the one there with the flower on top. So this is from our Sips That Give program. So we're actually highlighting local apiarists and local programs so we can give back to the community. So every cocktail that we sell, we are donating proceeds from that to go to these local charities.
And of course, you have a couple other drinks here that are just wonderful, I imagine, with dinner, pre-dinner, cocktails, all the things, right?
Oh, yes, 100%. My favorite one being the Tropical Storm, again, Florida boy. But this one really reminds me of being back home, sitting on the beach, and just having a nice rum cocktail.
And then if you weren't fooled by all of this food and drink, you have a decadent chocolate cake there.
Oh, yes. So we really wanted to highlight something big and, you know, bold. So this is actually my sous chef's grandmother's recipe.
Oh.
So it's her devil's food chocolate cake. It's with a chocolate and cream cheese frosting and a little bit of chocolate crumble on the side. It's absolutely fantastic, super moist, delicious, just a great chocolate cake.
All these foods look and smell, and I'm sure taste wonderful. And you guys are open when?
So we're open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. We're open for lunch and dinner throughout the week. So we're here from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m.
And then, of course, you have across the street. When I say across the street, folks, literally
right
across
there.
the street. So if you're going to see theater, or I believe, is this also Teatro Zinzani up that way?
Oh, we've got the Majestic building
Majestic
right there.
building, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And it's, you know, it's absolutely gorgeous. Here in the next week or so, we're going to be reopening our patio space. So we'll have all of that to walk by. You know, you can sit right in front of the lights of the CIBC. We have Hamilton coming back around,
I know,
which is
right?
going to be absolutely amazing. So some great shows that are coming through. So great space to come and dine.
And should people do reservations nights of shows?
Oh yes, highly recommend
Yeah.
for sure. Especially being, you know, in that time frame, we want to make sure we can seat as many people as possible.
Yeah, it's a big space, so you have a lot of room to accommodate folks, but when theater gets busy, it gets busy.
Oh,
So.
it gets busy.
For sure. All right, Chef Austin, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time to chat with me.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, that is the story from the 78 here in the Theater District, Tom Barr in Chicago at gmail.com. If you have a story from the 78 suggestion, or hit me up at the website storiesfromthe78.com. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy.